Center of FPO for Food Cultivation. Mohawk College and the Department of International Relations is also co-testing and collaborating with our graduating students from our Women's Center program in England for our continuing contribution to our success. And I think it's an example of a graduate meeting and the 50 posters which come to make the open to the presentation. So the Mohawk Women Legends are ready to take two students to the UCAA division. In the 2022 season, the first season of the year, was featured in the role of the first goal. Her season was highlighted by a significant win with the Wednesday News, in the OCAA West Division 13 Nelson, and being the Mohawk outstanding female athlete of the year. This, this season, it continues to be impressed with Ocean School, with 2 goals for and 3 assists in season. Graduating from the Health, Wellness, and Fitness program was Mr. Noy for number 11. Four seasons with the Mountaineers and has seen the two teams to Mohawk both seasons succeed. Having appeared in 25 matches so far through her career, this master has made 112 career saves with 17 sheets. In 2022, she was named the Women's Soccer Team in DC. The leader of long enough to pitch, this athlete is also a member of the Mountaineers Athletics Leadership Committee. Graduating from the nursing program, number 1, Samantha Jahan.
Specify? They're telling you different?
Everyone to today's game. We are here at the Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton, Ontario, and we'll be having the Mohawk women's soccer team face off against the Humber Hawks. It is currently just past 2 p.m. and then my name is Mikvasio Suzua, and I'll be joined here today with Satvir Singh, and we'll be your commentators for today. Now our game shall start off, and the ball's going to trickle out of bounds for it to be a Mountaineer throw-in. My apologies, seems that'll be a Humber Hawks throw-in. Trying to maintain possession. Great defense from the Mountaineers. And it will be Dahan with a goal kick. Huge goal kick from the Mountaineers keeper. And ball crossed into the side to Valerie LaRoche. Nice little show of skill.
If you look at the match right now, early on, LaRoche is playing more of a position on the wing there, where you typically see Jaden Morgan. Jaden Morgan playing a bit of the middle now for Mohawk this game.
Hopefully it'll create more chances with how versatile LaRoche can be, being a fullback to a winger position.
And teams prepare for Morgan to be on the wing, right? So it's going to change how Humber plays. They're going to have to make a quick adjustment with Morgan in the middle.
And hopefully the Mountaineers are able to capitalize on all chances today. This both teams are fairly ranked quite apart from each other, with the Humber Hawks currently being 8th ranked in the OCAA, while the Mountaineers are 4th ranked. So hopefully this is not too much of a hard game for the Mountaineers squad, but we'll see how both teams hit the field today.
Mountaineers obviously riding that 3-game win streak into this match as well. But you can't, as you said, you can't discredit the Humber Hawks, who got off to a slow start this season with their record, but have now won 2 of their last 3. One of them being a big 2-0 win against the Saints, the same Saints team who actually defeated the Mohawk Mountaineers.
And let's see if the Humber Hawks are able to use that confidence to try to get themselves another win today. But the Mountaineers have been quite hot, especially in home games. So hopefully they're able to capitalize on all chances and hit the back of the net today.
It's a great day for some soccer though as well. I was expecting a chilly day and everyone started taking off their hoodies as the sun's shining and we're in for a good one.
Yeah, the weather's amazing. And that was a huge cross by the Humber Hawks to get it deep into the Mountaineers' defensive zone. But the ball will be a bit too wide, and it will be a goal kick for the Mountaineers.
And Humber might not have scored as many goals as they typically do every season with just 12 so far, but defensively they've been fantastic, only allowing 8 goals this season. So Mohawk's going to have to do their best to create scoring opportunities.
And you know the saying that offense wins games, but defense wins championships. So that could be the model that the Humber Hawks have for this season for them. And the Mountaineers showing some great skill in the midfield, really holding position. And the ball will be just a bit overshot, and it will be a Humber Hawks throw in.
We've touched on Jaden Morgan a little bit today already. Can talk about Samantha Dahan and net for the Mountaineers. The 2 seniors are honored prior to this soccer game.
It's always great to have such a leadership on our Mountaineer squad. And hopefully, with the ceremony happening earlier today, it will spark a little fire into them just to show the crowd who they are. And the ball will trickle out of bounds again, and it will be a throw for the Mountaineers. So far on the field, both teams looking pretty even. No one doing anything too significant so far. Let's see if the Mountaineers are able to create a chance.
I think Mohawk definitely needs to, get some sort of scoring opportunity here. Just kind of get a feel for the game. Really give themselves some opportunities and some belief. I'm not saying they're not believing right now. I'm just saying it's always great to get that early chance in a soccer game.
Most definitely want to hit the ground hard and early, just so you can create a lead and be a little more comfortable throughout the game.
Just going back to the standings a little bit here. Mohawk being 4-2-1 coming into this game. They're playing for a home field advantage for that first round playoff match. Currently sitting in that fourth seed, but they really have an opportunity. It's right there for them to potentially even get the two seed if they want, but the three seed would be great to have if possible. They just got to string some wins together in these final three matches of the season.
Indeed, and it seems that the top two seeds have a couple of 6 wins in their categories, but for the Mountaineers, it's most definitely a close race. I'd even say that they could be one of the top 3 teams in this division so far. It's just a bit unlucky with how the season started, but they've been making huge changes, and it's been hot ever since.
You talked about cliches with defense wins championships. It's also just a cliche of how it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So for the Mountaineers, early on, not a great start to the season, but I think their goal was to progress throughout the 10-game season and become that team in the playoffs, hopefully that, nobody wants to play.
Exactly. And I fully 100% agree with you. Where you'd rather start a little rough and end strong compared to you start strong and end rough. Hopefully, the Mountaineers are only seeking a championship this season, and especially having two veterans on your team with Morgan and Dahan. They're most definitely hungry for a championship in their last year.
It's a good mix of veterans and young players for the Mohawk Mountaineers, right? Janelle Lammer's not in the lineup here today, but she's usually that another key veteran. Lauren Snyder not playing, another key veteran as well.
And Lammers throughout the time has definitely been a huge factor for this Mountaineers squad. Just been able to get a lot of assists in the past 3 games. Seems that every game she does average an assist.
And Humber nearly had a chance there, and that just seemed like a lack of communication from Mohawk, which you saw a little bit last game as well. Early on, they struggled with communication. If they talk a little bit more, they can really build on that momentum.
It seems that for this Mountaineer squad, the second half tends to always be a bit stronger for them. But we'll see if they're able to hit the ground a bit earlier and really start communicating and getting to the right spots. And great interception in the defensive zone for the Mountaineers to stop that offensive attack.
Now it's just about keeping the ball in possession here. If you're Mohawk, you've got the turnover. Just want to make sure you keep it and move the ball side to side.
And will be Grace McAllen with the throw in.
It's a great move there by Sylvia Soquez to get away from the Humber defender and move it downfield for the Mountaineers.
And it seems that could have been a great opportunity for the Mountaineers, but sadly, just a bit of miscommunication at the end of it, and it will be an offside. Free kick for the Humber Hawks.
Not a dangerous spot for that free kick, but if you're Mohawk, you want to try to get possession back here quick.
That's one thing I say about this Mountaineer squad right now. Seems that they're not trying to overrun, and they're might be thinking about the long game and how this game might play out. They don't want to tire themselves out too quick.
And that goes back to Mohawk's got a lot of depth, but when you are missing players like Lammers and Snyder playing with less depth, you want to be able to, you know, reserve some energy for later in the match.
We're seeing some great passing between Jaden Morgan and Valerie LaRoche.
This is where we go back to the Janelle Lammers, right? No Lammers. Who takes the corner kick for the Mountaineers?
And this has definitely been Lammer's specialty. So hopefully the Mountaineers are able to have someone fill in and hopefully recreate what Lammers has done all season.
What was it? 4 of the last 5 goals have come off of Lammers corner kicks.
And sadly, the ball will trickle out of bounds and it will be a goal kick. And it's going to be a short kick just to its fullbacks.
That was a nice touch there.
And the Humberhawks looking to create a chance. Great ball, but sadly just a bit of miscommunication and it will be deflected by the Mountaineers. And great interception, but sadly just a bit of an overshot pass from the Mountaineers, and it will go back to the Humber Hawks.
Mohawk doing a good job of closing the middle there on the pitch for the Hawks.
And the Hawks are starting to cook. This could be an opportunity for them.
Not sure what the call's there, but it'll be a Mohawk throw in, so I guess the ball went out of bounds. It's an easy call.
And it seems the Mountaineers are looking to have a very deep throw in, switching the receiver or the passer.
Humber finally getting something through the middle of the field there, but quickly intercepted again by Mohawk.
And Sukas has just been such a dominant player for this Mountaineer squad throughout the games. I would say possibly going a bit underappreciated and not the biggest in the goal scoring, but just the amount of opportunities that she stops is just insane.
Yeah, not known for her goal scoring, but scored her first OCAA goal last game. Believe it's her 4th year. Sorry, 5th year. Or sorry, that's her jersey number. Her 3rd year with Mohawk. So after 3 seasons now, finally getting her first goal.
And I'm sure that helped the team chemistry and just it was a lovely day for the Mountaineer squad. It seems that the Humber Hawks will be having a reset. Great pressure shown by this Mountaineer squad. Hopefully, they're able to get a couple shots off soon enough. But it will be a goal kick for the Humber Hawks.
Humber's really been playing the whole field here when they get those goal kicks. They're not really trying to boot it across the pitch. It's just their goalkeeper giving it one of their defenders and then trying to work it through the middle of the field.
And that's most definitely could be a strategy for the Humber Hawks, not trying to give the Mountaineers position. But it seems that the Humber Hawks are really trying to do that cross through pass and hasn't been too successful today. But if the Mountaineers are to give up anything, that could be the one for the Humber Hawks to try to go for.
Still no scoring opportunity or shot on target really for the Mountaineers.
And that was a huge throw in. Could create an opportunity for the Mountaineers. But sadly, the ball did went just a bit too wide.
If that ball took any other type of spin, might have found the feet of Emily Schwartz. She was wide open, no Hawks player in her facility there.
Mountaineers will be having another crossing opportunity with this corner kick.
This is a better one than last time. Great communication by Mohawk, too, letting Emily Schwartz know the defender was on. She needed to quickly move that ball along and earn themselves another corner kick.
I definitely say the Mountaineers are showing some great pressure compared to this Humber Hawks team. Most definitely, they're in the defensive zone of the Hawks quite often so far in this game. I'll say possession is looking great for the Mountaineers.
Just looking for that first scoring opportunity. There was the chance for the Mountaineers, goes over the net.
And it seemed that Suquez was getting quite excited to hopefully get her second goal of the season, but sadly just a bit too wide for this Mountaineers squad.
First corner kick for the Mountaineers so far without Lammers wasn't the greatest one, but the last two have been a lot better. And if they can keep earning those corner kicks, their strong strength, you got to think something finds the back of the net.
Yeah, I agree with you. The more that it comes, hopefully one of those opportunities shall be successful. But the Mountaineers just showing some great pressure in the Humber Hawks defensive zone. Really not trying to let them go upfield at all. And every time this Humber Hawks team seems that they're trying to have a strategy go as planned, the Mountaineers just put a huge stop to it.
Entering the 15th minute now of this match. Mohawk clearly taking control of a lot of the possessions over these last 5 minutes.
And neither team having a substitution yet. That could be a factor played into this matchup. And with the throwing down the line, it will be a Mountaineers throwing once again.
Been stuck on that far side for a little bit in that one little area, about the 30-yard line. And talk American football. See if Mohawk can kind of move it a little bit closer to the Humber net.
And great show of skill from Valerie LaRoche.
She could just get a little bit more on that one, on that cross. Couple Mountaineers in the box there to potentially drive it home.
Indeed, it seems that she was just a bit off balance and wasn't able to get the right touch on the ball that she wanted. And this could be the strike opportunity for the Mountaineer squad.
Amazing defense by the Humber Hawks. Wow.
And that's just OCAA soccer right there. It's quite the Spider-Man saves that we just saw there from this Humber Hawks team, and to have the defender in the net as well, making some crucial saves with their body.
The Hawks goalkeeper, Angela Volpe, was out of position there. One of the defenders for the Hawks stepping in and making a great leg save.
And it seems that there was just some pushing and grabbing on the field, and the referee will have a talk to some of the players, but it will be a Mountaineer free kick. And both teams exchanging free kicks. It will now be for the Humber Hawks.
Humber moving everybody upfield here.
And great defense shown by this Mountaineer squad. Seems like that could have been the only opportunity that this Humber squad has had in about the last 8 minutes. That just shows you how great the Mountaineers defense has been in this matchup so far.
This will be Humber's first corner kick, second corner kick of the game. I'm gonna have to dust off the history books, but I'm just looking at it right now. Mohawk does not have a win, at least against the Hawks, going back to the 2011 season. It goes even further back potentially, but right now all I've found is from 2011.
And throughout the years, we most definitely know that this Humber Hawks squad has had quite the success. Just their program in general with their men and soccer, their men and women's soccer teams, just having quite the national success compared to other colleges. So it's a rough squad to get past, but this could be the year for the Mountaineers.
You gotta love how competitive the women's division has been, at least the West Division this year. You talk about the success of the Humber Hawks over the last few years, but now Redeemer, St. Clair's been in the picture over the last couple of years. Niagara, Mohawk, sitting at the top of the table right now. You really don't want to face it. If you're the 1 or 2 seed in the West Division, you really don't want to see one of those 7, 8 seeds.
Yes,
Another corner kick here from Humber.
huge kick and slapped out by Dahan.
Has great pressure there by Hannah Kelly, forcing the Humber Hawks to head that one out, giving the Mohawk Mountaineers a throw in. Oh, need a little bit more communication there. Glassbergen and Morgan playing the ball for Mohawk. Ends up in a turnover.
And it seems that this Humber Hawks team have a bit of a strategy that when the ball is in their defensive zone, they'll kind of give a huge clear out just so the ball can hopefully go over the Mountaineers defenders' heads and their forwards can get the nice over the head run in. But the Mountaineers have done a great job with executing their defense stances and just been able to get to those spaces first.
This will be Humber's third corner kick of the match. Brings the teams even in corner kicks so far, 3-3. Humber playing a little bit more off the net for this one.
And just like that, the Humber Hawks have scored first.
Coming in the 19th minute of the match, you just felt that one of the corner kicks from either of the teams was gonna find some sort of back of the net, but the formation there for Humber on that goal, on that corner kick, was a lot different than the first two.
Indeed, it was quite a different formation, and that could have tripped up the Han just a bit and how she set herself. But it seems that she was able to get a bit of a touch on the ball, but just deflections and goes over her head and just trickles into the net. Score currently now 1-0 for the Humber Hawks. And now we'll be giving a look at our replay. And this could be a great opportunity for the Mountaineers, but it seems that there's just a bit of miscommunication. And I would definitely say that we could be seeing just some great different energy from this Humber Hawks team. Seems that that goal struck some liveliness into their bones and they're playing with a different attitude.
You felt that early on, as soon as whoever would score that first goal would really find their momentum, find their footing for this match.
It's going to be a free kick for the Humber Hawks. And the Mountaineers showing some huge pressure on this Hawks team. And great show of skill from Humber. And number 16 on the Humber Hawks just fully open, but sadly just not able to call for the ball. one thing I've kind of noticed about this Humber Hawks team is that they have some amazing athletes. It seems that athleticism is one of the key attributes and just key takeaways for this Humber Hawks team on why they might find huge success in this matchup today.
This could be an opportunity here for Mohawk down the side of the field.
An amazing through pass. And that was some beautiful recovery right there for this Humber Hawks defense. And it will be a corner kick for the Mountaineers. And having the Humber Hawks score from a corner kick, it could light a fire into the Mountaineers' belly and show these Hawks that the Mountaineers are known for corner kick goals, and they could put one in the net right now.
I think if you're a Mohawk, even if you don't score on that first attempt off this corner kick, you really need to capitalize on any rebound potentially.
100%.
What a save by the goalkeeper, Volpe.
And that in situations like that, you most definitely have to pay your goalkeeper a couple more $100 for that save right there. That was some beautiful goalkeeping that we've just
Well,
experienced.
definitely no salary in the OCAA, but I was on the ground laying down, using her elbow just to, power up to get her hand to keep the game at 1-0 Humber.
And it seems that the Mountaineers will have tripped up a Humber Hawks player, and it seems that Sukas will be receiving a yellow card on that play.
Another great opportunity now here for Humber. Closest free kick they've had so far.
And with the Humber Hawks finding some success on previous set pieces, we'll see if they're able to capitalize right now. And I would definitely say that there was about 3 opportunities right there for some Humber Hawks players to get a goal on that play, but
It looked like
just a bit too wide.
it looked like Mohawk tried to draw Humber offside. Didn't think the line official was going to give it to them, so Humber did have definitely 3 players in the box there that if they got a foot on it, would have been 2-0.
And Sylvia Sukas does have to watch out to make sure she does not receive a second yellow card, but she is such a prominent defender for this Mountaineers squad. So it's quite difficult for her not to get herself involved for this team. And great show of skill from Grace McEllen, but sadly just not able to have anybody on the receiving end of that pass.
Coming up on the 27th minute of this match, if you're the Mohawk Mountaineers, you got to get the ball into the feet of Jaden Morgan, try to create a scoring opportunity there.
Most definitely, but it seems that there is some tiredness on the field for this Mountaineers squad.
Another corner kick coming for the Hawks.
Some great recovery right there from the Mountaineers defense to put a stop to that Humber Hawks offensive plan.
See how the Hawks set up here for this one.
And with the Hawks finding some success earlier today with this free kick, with my apologies, with this corner kick, they could be trying to get a second one in today.
Bit of a delay here on this corner kick as a Mohawk player is attended to.
Seems that they might be having a bit of a conversation about some of the yellows that have been picked up for this Mountaineer squad, and just reminding some players that they don't want to be in a situation where there's a red card given. It seems that the Mountaineers, Mohawk Mountaineers men's team has had that situation happen to them quite a few times this season, and the women's team that most definitely don't want to take after them.
And just some scores from the OCAA so far today in women's soccer. Redeemer beat Sheridan 3-1. St. Clair picked up a win against Fanshawe 1-0. And the other match that is in final so far is from the East Division, Cambrian beating Loyalist 2-0.
Had some good scorings from other teams today, I would say. Hopefully, we can see a couple more in this match to keep the rhythm going. With the Hawks having a corner kick, it was not successful, but looking to create a chance there, but it will be offside, I believe.
That was very close to being Humber 2-0. Mohawk bailed out by the lines official.
The Mountaineers will be rewarded a free kick. More dominant ever since they scored a goal. Seems that they feel like they found a strategy to deflect all the Mountaineers' defense.
Humber's lone goal so far this match, coming in the 23rd minute, was scored by Chantel Spala, assisted by Caitlin Russell.
Great show of skill right there in the midfield for this Mountaineer squad. And huge slide tackle for this Humber Hawk squad on Jaden Morgan.
Mohawk trying to recover here now after that turnover. Cross goes out by Humber, so Mohawk can take a quick breath here. Jaden Morgan definitely catching her breath.
One thing about this Humber Hawks team is that they're not scared to shoot outside the box. One thing that we've been seeing from these ladies is that on the 30-yard line, they are more than comfortable with having a corner set piece shot and hoping for it to just trickle its way into the net. Huge cross, but no one on the receiving end of it for this Humber Hawks squad. Great show of skill of the nutmeg.
Wow, wow. You probably could have called a penalty there on the Mountaineers.
And it seems that this Mountaineer squad should be a little thankful for the refereeing currently on that play right there. That most definitely could have been a very dangerous situation for this Mountaineer squad.
Regardless, a corner kick again coming for the Hawks. If you're a Mohawk, you really want to avoid the second Humber goal going. If you don't score yourselves, you want to go into the break down 1-0, feel a little bit more comfortable.
and right into Dahan's hands.
Some words were shared there between the two teams as one of the Humber players, looked like it was Chantel Spala, made contact with Dahan. And obviously Dahan's teammate stepping in.
It's always great when you have players look out for one another. But you can definitely see how physical this game is getting between these two teams.
Things are starting to get a little bit more chippy now in the final 10 minutes of the first half.
It seems that the referees are just having some communication with one another just to be on the same page.
A yellow card issued to the Mohawk bench. And it might be going both ways. And it does indeed. Both teams, both benches, I'm assuming to the coaches, picking up a yellow card.
And for how this game has been going, I respect that the referee gave it to both teams and not just one. 'Cause it is both teams chirping at one another. So it's great to see refereeing on equal basis for both teams.
Get control of it early, right?
Huge throw in for the Mountaineers.
A great touch by Humber there, but Mohawk able to take control. This is your chance if you're Mohawk. You really just got to get the ball moving upfield here. Hold on possession a little bit.
And a bit of a show of skill from this Humber Hawks team on the sideline.
Calendar there with a great move to try to get by the Mountaineers defender. Right now, Jaden Moria not even in the picture for the Mohawk Mountaineers. She's back defending, trying to catch her breath as the ball is now starting to move down the field for Mohawk.
And most definitely teams know how much of a factor on the offensive end she is. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a little more rough on the plays that she's receiving the ball. But it seems that the Mountaineers will be having a substitution. So hopefully they're able to create some type of new rhythm and really hit the ground hard and start getting some shots off.
It's a great substitution as well for Mohawk by head coach Paul Gini, knowing his players are starting to tire out a little bit with about 8 minutes left in the half. So you kind of want to give them that breather. And with the ball in your hands here,
And it
with a
seems that
throw in, you want to kind of, create that opportunity.
the Humber Hawks will be taking after the Mountaineers and also have a substitution for their players. And some great defense there from Valley LaRoche.
The Mountaineers trying to change up formation here. Give the Humber Hawks a different look for the final minutes of the first half.
That's a great strike right there for the Humber Hawks team. Just a bit wide, but that could have most definitely been a top right.
Definitely had DeHaan beat there.
With with time dwindling down in the first half, this could be one of the final opportunities for this Mountaineer squad. And a beautiful pass.
Just shot wide there by the Hawks, who had the wide open net.
That was a great play right there. And the Hawks just having all the Mountaineer defenders beat. But just sadly, they were able to get the shot off the way she wanted to.
And we've gone about 15, 20 minutes now where Mohawk really hasn't had a real possession in this game.
Seems that Mohawk is doing a lot of reacting and just defending. Seems that they're not able to get to the places that they want. And a huge goal kick from Dahan. And a very interesting spot to have it so close in her defensive zone. Seems that the plan won't go as planned, but it will be a Humber Hawks throw in.
It's definitely going to be some discussion in the locker room for Mohawk on what needs to change here to kind of get that offense going.
And with both teams being so farly ranked from one another, the Mountaineers may have just underestimated this Humber Hawks team. And that could have been the problem from the start, because it seems that the Humber Hawks just are playing a bit harder and they were a little more prepared for this Mohawk squad. And that was a great show of skill that we just saw right there from this Humber Hawks team.
Humber's also just turned it on, right? We talked about it earlier, winning 2 of their last 3. Redeemer, who's currently sitting at the top of the table, only beat this Hawks team 1-0.
And Jaden Morgan with an opportunity.
There it is, Jordan Morgan finding the back of the net, and just before half, the Mohawk Mountaineers have tied it up.
And that was just full perfection on that play. The run, the pass, the strike. It was just went everything as planned for his Mountaineer squad. Amazing goal from Jaden Morgan. Most definitely keeping this Mountaineer squad alive.
Finds the back of the net. Jaden Morgan just using her strength there. That's her 3rd goal of the season for Jaden Morgan.
And it seems that the Humber Hawks weren't too happy about Jaden Morgan's goal and are trying their best to just ruin the Mountaineers' momentum and put another goal in the Mountaineers' net.
Approximately 3 minutes left, plus additional extra time, possibly. I'm thinking maybe 2, 3 minutes on top of this 45 minutes. Mohawk getting that momentum they needed. It's you talked about it a little bit. Mohawk gets off to a slow start, but they've really been known to score either late in the first half or late in the second half this season. Kind of creates a scary situation if you're a coach.
Most definitely, especially having a team that's just been able to go to the right places in the most clutchest of times. This Mountaineer squad, especially Jaden Morgan being a player that tends to score in those clutch moments. It's always difficult to be an opposing team, but great stuff from this Mountaineer squad. Always exciting to see what they're able to put out there.
That Mohawk goal, just going back to it from a few minutes ago, Humber was just kind of left out of position, right? They had so many scoring opportunities, so many chances on the offensive end. You start to get addicted to that side, that one moment that finally appears for Mohawk, Humber's out of position and Mohawk just takes advantage.
Most definitely, the Mountaineers just saw that the Humber Hawks were just sleeping on that play and just took full advantage of it, and a goal came out of it. Great stuff from this Mountaineer squad.
Still anybody's ball game when you're going into the second half. I mean, still some time here to find the back of the net if you're either Humber or Mohawk, but the second half's going to be an exciting one.
It seems that both teams not able to really get out this corner. We'll see if Valley LaRoche is able to do a deep throw into the middle. It seems that there's some miscommunication between the keeper and the defender right there for the Humber Hawks.
See if either team can get the ball back on the ground here. Mohawk will. Entering the final minute of the first half. Of course, additional time probably will be added.
And that was a great shot block from the Mountaineers defender. But a huge pass for this Hawks team. And just like that, the Humber Hawks are able to score again.
For the second time this game, it was Chantel Spalla for the Humber Hawks. Mohawks defender, I believe that was Valerie LaRoche, just caught out of position and overplayed the ball. Humber makes it 2-1 with literally seconds remaining in the first half.
And that was a great goal right there for this Humber Hawks team. Just showing how skillful they can be and on the ball and just in the right position at the right time. Hopefully the Mountaineers are able to re-strategize during the halftime break and come back second half stronger.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if you try to move Jaden Morgan a little bit more to the wing, kind of strengthen yourselves. You can tell Humber has definitely adjusted to that. Maybe this one final opportunity here for Mohawk to tie it up once again. With all the other OCAA West games, or majority of them kind of out of the way, you can think that the division's got their eyeballs on this one.
Seems that a lot of teams are on the scouting report for the Mountaineers and the Hawks, just to see how they place up against this team.
Looks like this will be the final kick, most likely, for the Mountaineers. Ref might be getting ready to blow that whistle.
Mountaineers hoping to have one more attempt before the half ends.
Ref taking a look at his watch.
Just a couple more minutes of extra time in this half. The Mountaineers just showing some great pressure right now, but sadly just not in the right spots where the ball's ending up.
Now a throw in here for Mohawk. See if the ref allows them to have one more possession.
And as much as the Mountaineers want that last opportunity, they do have to make sure that the Humber Hawks don't have a bigger counterattack opportunity as well. And I would definitely say the Mountaineers had a bit of more time to try to build on a passing lane, but sadly just weren't able to get that and did a shot that went just a bit too wide.
So we end the half with Humber leading with the shots 10-8. Shots on goal, though, in favor of Mohawk 5-4. The corners were almost even. Humber had 5, Mohawk at 4. But there's going to have to be a lot of adjustments on the Mountaineers side. They were overmatched for majority of that first half.
I would definitely say once that first goal happened, it was definitely rough for this Mountaineer squad to get back in there. And it was amazing that Jaden Morgan was able to just add some life into this Mountaineer squad and get a goal there. But sadly, the Humber Hawks were just able to capitalize on a late first half goal. And now the score is 2-1 for this Humber Hawks team. And I believe that we have a beautiful highlight package of the first half just coming to you guys soon. Just amazing saves that we see for this Humber Hawks team. As you can see, the Mountaineers were just able to do so much pressure, but amazing saves from the Humber Hawks, and just like that, they were able to score first. Always hard being the home team and going down a goal first.
And look at that. That right there, that great save by Humber is the difference maker. I don't think it's 2-1 Humber going into the half. If that save's not made, you're looking at probably Mohawk being up 2-1 and Mohawk playing with a lot more momentum late in that first half.
Most definitely, but this goal from Jaden Morgan most definitely just sparked a light into the Mountaineers. And once that happened, they were playing very hard. They were playing with a lot of life in their bones. But again, this Mountaineers team is just having a bit of struggles and capitalizing on these offensive chances. And it's a bit of a shame that Humber Hawks are just able to really get to those spaces earlier and quicker compared to this Mountaineer squad.
And if you're Mohawk, you can't score and then 3 minutes later allow your opponents to score. It's just kill your own momentum that you've created. All right, it's 2-1 Humber after the first half. We'll be right back for second half action here at Tim Hortons Field.
Well, folks, we are back live on OCAA Live. We're at the Tim Hortons Field currently right now with the Mohawk Mountaineers facing off the Humber Hawks. Score currently right now is 2-0 for the Humber Hawk. Oh, my apologies, 2-1 for the Humber Hawks.
Feel like this second half is going to prove to us or show to us who this Mountaineers team is. We talked a little bit about how the OCAA West, oh, an opportunity almost there for the Hawks.
Very close, but it seems that it'll just be offside.
Well, we talked a little bit about how the OCAA West is so tough, 1 through 8, that if you're the Mohawk Mountaineers, a win like this against the Hummer Hawks teams really can separate you from being in the middle of the pack to being one of those top 3 teams.
Most definitely. And the Mountaineers, as they're not as concerned with being currently right now fourth ranked in the division, they're not as concerned if a loss was to happen. They still will have playoff hopes, but they most definitely want to have that home field advantage when the playoffs arrive. And they do believe that they are a stronger team compared to the Humber Hawks. So hopefully they're able to execute those skills today. It seems that it'll be a free kick for the Mountaineers.
Mohawk really trying to go with a lead pass here, something they're used to playing like in other games so far this season.
It's a great show of skill in the midfield right there for this Humber Hawks team. And it should be a Mountaineers throw in. Deep throw in right there for the Mountaineers. Sadly, just taken right back to the Humber Hawks.
It's about control right now for the Mountaineers. You want to get control of a possession, and while they're booting it downfield, they're not really regaining that control, and it just turns into a turnover like that right there.
Yeah, it is a bit of a uphill struggle for this Mountaineer squad to really find their rhythm and really get the offensive strategies and plans that they want. Seems that they're having a bit of difficulty executing it.
And you can turn back to that Jaden Morgan goal in the first half. That great one touch by Morgan led to that goal. For the Mountaineers, you just need to get that one good touch here to create yourself another opportunity. And there's no just that's not a passing lane right there. You can't be, passing it right into the feet of a Hawks player.
And great show of skill right there from the Humber Hawks. An amazing save by DeHaan.
And that's Dahan bailing out her defense there. She shouldn't be put in those situations, but the Mountaineers, again, passing it right into the feet of the Humber Hawks, allowing them to turn around and create opportunities.
And it seems that there's just a lot of miscommunication on this defense right now, just giving out a lot of chances to this Humber Hawks team.
And again, another 2-for-1 chance almost created by Humber there, but Dahan was there to corral the ball.
And as we were in hopes of this Mountaineer squad looking better in the second half, it just seems that that might not be the case right now for this team.
And that's the thing we talked about how Mohawk likes to score late in the first half or late in the second half, but you just cannot wait for your opportunities. You want to try to create something early, especially when you're down a goal right now in the second half. You don't want to wait. You want to, create that opportunity early on, put yourself in a better position going into the final minutes of this second half.
And with the Mountaineers not having Lammers or Schneider into their lineup rotation, that could be a huge factor to why their team is currently playing the way they are. Just not having those veteran players to help contribute to the team's success.
It's next man up or next woman up. If you're the Mountaineers, you're really relying on some of your younger players in this game against the Hawks.
Huge throw in right there from Valerie LaRoche. And sometimes it just seems that the Mountaineers just don't know where the ball is. And it seems that just those missed seconds could come up real significant throughout this matchup.
Yeah, you saw a loose ball there and three Mountaineers players running together and nobody really going after the ball. Back-to-back throw-ins now for Humber.
Right now, this match kind of reminds me of the first 10 minutes of the first half, where we saw just a Humber Hawks team looking a bit more confident on the ball and just able to create some chances for themselves. It seems that the Mountaineers are a couple of steps behind currently and just need to find their rhythm to really get themselves back into this matchup. And this could be the opportunity with Torres making the run.
It was a smart play by Torres. He just couldn't get to the ball in time. But that's something that, creates scoring opportunities if Mohawk continues to play the right way.
And this could be a chance right now for the Hawks. Huge deflection right there.
Abby Wood's one of those great center backs for the Mountaineers. She's proven it being named an OCAA All-Star in the past.
And great just possession holding for this Humber squad. An amazing save by Dahan.
And it's tough to blame either of the goals on Dahan this game. One was a corner kick that just seemed like the Mountaineers defenders were not prepared for the formation of the Hawks, and that second goal really just was poor defense. The Mountaineers lost the Hawks on the offensive end and gave up an opportunity. Dahan was caught all by herself.
Seems that sometimes Dahan is used to being on an island by herself. But for this team to find a huge success in this season, they're going to have the defense help her out a lot more. And it seems that cross will just be a bit too wide and it will be out of bounds. Mountaineer goal kick.
A little out of town or Mohawk score update. The Mohawk Mountaineers are hosting an East-West basketball tournament over the course of today and tomorrow. Our Mountaineers open that tournament today against the Seneca Sting, winning that game 88-64.
That's quite the score difference, I would say. Great job from this Mountaineer team.
Yeah, the Mountaineers men's basketball team now not only has beat Seneca, but has proven to be a really strong team so far in preseason, beating the national champion Keanu Huskies last night, had a win last week against UMBC, and then also that great win against McMaster Marauders.
Seems that this Mohawks team are just picking up kind of where they left off. But last year they were having quite the injuries. So it's good to see that their team is looking healthy and with some great key additions and
Back
key pickups.
back on the pitch, the Mountaineers about to get a throw in here at about the 25-yard line. A great chance to try to create something here.
And that was a good opportunity right there for the Mountaineers. But just some better defense from this Humber Hawks team and better anticipation. Just getting the ball to their keeper to make a nice clean save.
Better defense by the Hawks, but also just Mohawk not getting those friendly bounces where the ball rolls into their feet.
And the Mountaineers just seem to be in this pattern of just with the ball in their defensive zone and just having to do a lot more defending than they would want to.
Somebody's got to talk here. There was no communication by the Mohawk Mountaineers, and the Hawks almost was able to get possession and score in the box.
And that's just one problem that this Mountaineer team is facing where they are utilizing Dahan, I would say, just a bit too much. And when you have such a great veteran keeper, you really do want to not exert too much energy out of them throughout the match. And some great defense right there from this Mountaineer squad, but it just seems that this Humber Hawks team are playing a bit more physical, and there will be the Hawks team picking up a yellow card.
This is a chance right here. If you're a Mohawk, you want to use this free kick to your advantage. Try to start developing some momentum. And I keep saying it, I keep repeating myself about scoring chances, really getting those chances and opportunities here.
And it will be Isabella Chapetta from the Humber Hawks who will be receiving the yellow card. Some great passing right now shown by this Mountaineer squad.
And that's what we're talking about, right? Getting the ball moving side to side here. Great touches here as well for Mohawk.
And sadly, just with no one on the receiving end of that cross, could have been a great opportunity for this Mountaineer squad.
Yeah, Hannah Kelly was right in the vicinity of that pass, but just out of reach. She had to avoid being offside.
It'll be a quick goal kick given by this Humber Hawks team just to start their offense. And that could have been a huge interception right there for the Humber Hawks, but they got quite lucky on that possession.
There's a bit of a push there by the Mountaineers, but no call by the ref, and here goes Jaden Morgan.
And beautiful passing lane for Morgan, but sadly, her player just not able to get there in time.
Mountaineers are half a step behind. Chances are there now. That great lead pass by Morgan, but Hannah Kelly half a step just behind.
And it seems that there is a lot of frustration on the field right now between Mountaineer players. It seemed that was a great opportunity, and they kind of felt that their players should have been able to get there. But those type of chances do come and go. So hopefully the Mountaineers are able to capitalize throughout this game and get one of those goals, one of those chances to go in. We're seeing some great passing from this Humber Hawks team, but beautiful defense from the Mountaineers.
There we go. This is all Jaden Morgan. See if she can use her speed and strength to create something for Mohawk.
And it's opportunities like that that start to look kind of wasted from the Mountaineers, who seem to have a lot of space on that play and really could have gone a bit closer. But that's just a second opportunity right now that Jaden Morgan has dished out to her teammates, and they've sadly just not been able to capitalize on those chances.
Yeah, either you get a little bit closer, you gotta get a better shot attempt there, or a better shot on target. You had the entire net. The only person Mohawk had to beat was the Humber goalkeeper, and they shot it directly at the keeper. And it was a 2-on-0 situation for Mohawk going back to that opportunity.
The Mountaineers definitely could have made the scoreboard right now 3-2, but sadly, the score is still 2-1 for the Humber Hawks.
You can hear the encouragement by the Mountaineers on the pitch right now, trying to get the girls going.
And that's definitely what you need throughout the game is for all players to stay confident and motivated throughout, just so they can continue performing. But this is a great 3v2 situation for this Mountaineer squad. So hopefully Hannah Kelly can capitalize on it. But sadly, just
That's
a bit of a light pass to the goalkeeper.
that's a tough situation. You really want to hold on to the ball a little bit longer there. Try to let Jaden Morgan and some of your other teammates get back into position. Create yourself a better chance if you're the Mountaineers.
And Mountaineers just swinging and missing on some of these plays right here, but the ball will trickle out of bounds, and it will be a Mountaineers throw in.
Jaden Morgan, not someone you typically see with a throw in for Mohawk, but she's forcing the play here. The Mountaineers have a chance.
And great cross in, but deflected out. But Jaden Morgan most definitely wanting the Mountaineers to just speed up the play, and it seems that she saw an opportunity, so she most definitely wants it to live on. And it will be a throw in for the Mountaineers once again.
You keep putting on pressure here on the Hawks on their side of the field or their side of the pitch. You can do something with this if you're Mohawk.
And it seems that the Mountaineers are just looking a bit sporadic on how they're playing, and hopefully they're able to just re-strategize and I'd even say get Jaden Morgan open on a play instead of her being the one dishing out the pass. Hopefully she could be the one receiving it. But I would definitely say this Humber Hawks team is doing a great job in just marking Jaden Morgan and just making sure that she does not receive the ball in the comfortable positions that she usually would like to.
If you're Mohawk, you want to try to swing the ball here to the opposite side of the pitch, open things up a little bit more, playing a lot more on the right side or the top of your screen rather than here at the bottom. It's less than 30 minutes now for Mohawk to try and capitalize, get this game back to 2-2.
And great throw in right there for this Humber Hawks team and just the pressure that they did after the throw in. And it's going to be a huge throw in for the Mountaineers. Hopefully, they're able to start a chance from it. And it seems that there was some rough housing, and it will be a Humber Hawks free kick. And this could be a huge free kick for the Humber Hawks. They most definitely can capitalize on an opportunity like this.
This is where Mohawks got to take advantage. Get the ball downfield now as Dahan kicks it down the pitch. Try to get control of the ball.
And off rip, you have to have players who are just going to go for the ball first and are hungry. That was some great defending right there for the Mountaineers, and hopefully they can start a counter attack on it. This could be the chance for this Mountaineers squad.
You would have liked to catch up to the ball there, but you'll take the throw in it for Mohawk.
And it's always great to have the Mountaineers just in the offensive territory right now and hopefully able to be on the prowl.
And you're not in panic mode just yet if you're Mohawk. There's still lots of time in the second half.
This is a situation where the Mountaineers have been in countless times throughout the season where they're just in a very, very tight, close game late in the second half, and they do capitalize on those goal scoring chances. So hopefully they can rewrite history and have it happen today. And great ball right there.
Just got to go right back to your goalie here if you're Abby Woods. but they'll get the goal kick.
Great passing lanes from the Mountaineers squad. But even better defense from this Humber Hawks team. And the Mountaineers are going to have a huge throw in. Great show of skill in the backfield. It just seems that sometimes we have Mountaineer players just kind of sleeping on the field and just not able to get to the ball when they really need to. But you got to keep a head on a swivel, is what they say in sports.
Also, it seems like Mohawk's just trying to make that tougher pass, trying to create those opportunities. They're usually when there's an easier pass to kind of keep control of the ball, keep possession. So you just want to make the easier pass and kind of open up the pitch a little bit more.
Hopefully, the Mountaineers are able to capitalize on that beautiful ball right there to Valerie LaRoche. And she is able to keep it in. Huge cross, but
It w-
deflected a bit off the defender, and the goalkeeper will snatch it up. And it seems that there could be a bit of flopping happening that the referee is sensing, so he will not make a call on that play. And right now, the scoreboard still being 2-1 for this Humber Hawks team. Satbear, what would you say that the Mountaineers need to do to really get back into this game?
I think it just goes back to playing that simple soccer. You really just, I kind of mentioned it a few minutes ago, making those easier passes. You don't have to kick it downfield or, make a long kick to rush the play right now. You still got about 20 minutes remaining in this match. Make those easier passes, move it up together as a team rather than trying to do it with one kick. Right now, the shots on goal favor the Mountaineers. They're up 7-6 in this match, but the scoreboard favors the Humber Hawks.
Seems that that one extra shot from the Mountaineers is just sadly not enough right now.
Just mistakes right on the defensive side for the Mountaineers really cost them those 2 goals.
And I'd say that the Mountaineers just show some great moments at times with their team, but sadly, just the holes that they have on their defense is just greater than what they can produce on offense.
So both teams kind of get a short breather here. We'll see if either of them can kind of take it to their advantage.
And it seems that it'll be a throw in for the Humber Hawks. Huge interception right there in the midfield. Great show of skill right there. And even better save by Dahan. And Samantha Dahan just time and time again just being that clutch factor for this Mountaineer squad.
I mean, you can give credit to both goalkeepers here today, right? It's the difference between it being 3-2 Mohawk or even 3-1 Humber right now.
It could be a huge goal scoring for any side, but the goalkeepers today have just been more than perfection. And it seems that this game is getting quite physical between these two teams. That could be a reason why the Mountaineers have decided not to bring back Sylvia Sukas into this matchup due to her picking up a yellow card quite early in this matchup. And right now, the Humberhawks just having their way in the Mountaineers' defensive zone.
Great play there by Dahan by getting the ball rolled down to Mohawk. You know, you just want to get your guys going again, getting them down the field while Humber tries to set up defensively.
And it seems that the Mountaineers are just making some small mistakes, and the Humberhawks are just capitalizing largely on them. And great show of skill right there, but just a bit too wide, and it will be a goal kick for Dahan. It just seems that this Humberhawks team are just having way better pressure late in this second half. But let's see if the Mountaineers are able to cook something up right here.
There's just no help right now once the Mountaineers get into the offensive side. You have about 4 forwards going up. You just need to get your center backs and your midfielders kind of pushed up a little bit right now.
And that's some great communication that they're seeing from this Mountaineer squad, but it seems that they're just getting a little more pressure and just not enough players of the Mountaineers to be in those zones.
Looks like Mohawk gets called for an offside there.
This will be a free kick for this Humberhawks team. Huge free kick to get into the defensive zone of the Mountaineers. And that ball will just trickle a bit too far out. And that'll be a great free kick for this Mountaineers team. Seems that some of the fans in the crowd are having a bit of a di- disagreement with the referee today.
Let's see if Mohawk has another gear here. They'll need it to try to give themselves that equalizer in this match.
Huge slide tackle right there in the midfield. And the score is still quite close for the Mountaineers. They are still very much in this game, but they are going to have to find a way to capitalize on one of these offensive chances sooner than later. Some great passing we're seeing from this Humber Hawks team, but pass will just trickle a little too far out wide. Hopefully, Jaden Moore can capitalize on this play, but ball will just be a bit too wide. Great show skill in the midfield for Humber Hawks.
We've talked a lot about Jaden Morgan for the Mohawk Mountaineers. Hannah Kelly's been kind of involved in the offensive side of things as well. But if you're Mohawk, you want to try to get the Glassbergens, the Emily Schwartz player type of players involved as well, those midfielders.
I most definitely say that this Mountaineers team just need all hands on deck to really get a goal late in this second half. Seems that the Humber Hawks have done a great scouting report on Jaden Morgan and the forwards for this Mountaineers squad on just trying to make sure they can be utilized in the best ways possible.
Mohawks just outmatched. I mean, there's an opportunity here, but they're outmatched in the midfield by Humber.
That was a great cross right there from the Humber Hawks, just not able to control it on the receiving end. And that's one thing the Mountaineers need to do when they see one player pressuring, they have to pressure the players that can receive the ball.
There it is. One you just needed a. If Jaden Morgan just got a better touch right there, she could have got loose and created a scoring opportunity for Mohawk.
But it's like even that play right there with the ball in the air, the Mountaineers decided to head the ball instead of just controlling it and having a little bit of a restart. So it's just sense of game at some moments is what's hindering this Mountaineers team. But great last minute defending for this Mountaineers squad to keep them still alive in this matchup.
Now you're in a tough spot again if you're Mohawk. Another Humber corner kick. The first of the second half. Haven't seen as many corner kicks as we saw in that first half. But this isn't a situation if you're the Mountaineers you want to be in.
And it seems that the Mountaineers will be making a substitution in hopes of just trying a new strategy to get a goal late in the second half. Huge corner kick for this Humber Hawks team.
Got to get it clear here, and Mohawk does. Jaden Morgan versus three Humber players. Jaden takes a bit of a spill, see if she can get back into the play here.
And I can definitely understand how frustrated Jaden Morgan might be just with all the running she has done and the chances she's given out to her teammates, but sadly just for goals not to be capitalized in those moments. But great clearance from the Mountaineers, and it will be a throw in for the Humber Hawks. Very deep throw in. Could have been something for them. And that's some beautiful passing, but I believe it will be offside. But offside or not, the Honda's putting a stop to that one.
And sometimes the ball just finds the same player over and over again in one match. And that's exactly what's happening with Humber today.
And you can definitely see how much shooting this Humber Hawks team loves to do.
Alyssa Fraga getting the ball there. That she was the one with the great scoring opportunity for Humber, playing down the wing for them.
And Doreen on the Humber Hawks has just been such a crucial defender for them throughout this game, doing a great job in covering the middle defensive zone and Jaden Morgan to be exact.
Mohawk just needs that one lead pass. Get it to midfield, find that one lead pass, create an opportunity.
Mountaineers are definitely getting more desperate throughout this match. Currently, with just about under 10 minutes left in this matchup, we'll see if the Mountaineers are able to capitalize on any late chances. But the sunlight is looking a bit more dim for the Mountaineers in this matchup.
And another yellow card. This one again, second yellow card, sorry, to the Humber bench. This time to a different coach.
And that's something you don't see too often where you have the bench receiving multiple cards in a game. But that just shows you how hungry these Humber Hawks were. And you can definitely hear how excited they are that this match time is dwindling down and they are currently up with the scoreboard being 2-1.
I mean, you can say it's excitement or disagreement with the refs. The Humber Hawks think there's been a few fouls that they deserve to call on, but have not received from this officiating crew.
And that possibly would couldn't have been the best decision for this Mountaineers team to really start a new offensive plan. Because you can see how quick these Humber Hawk players are just ready to pounce on the Mountaineers.
And under 10 minutes left. Mohawk needs some opportunity created here.
And just some back and forth between these teams with the ball, but no significant chances so far late in the second half.
And we haven't really talked about the substitution where Hannah Kelly's not playing that forward position for the Mountaineers. It's now Regan Vanderkirk playing alongside Jaden Morgan in that forward position.
I'd say that's a great switch for this Mountaineer squad, just giving someone else another opportunity. Seems that Hannah Kelly had quite some and just wasn't able to capitalize tonight. So the Mohawk Mountaineers just trying to find someone else that's able to possibly do that job for them.
And you mention her name and you find the ball finds her. Vanderkirk had the ball there, and now it's Humber going back the other way.
That's some great passing shown by this Mountaineers team.
They're getting to the middle of the field. It's just now getting closer to the Hawks net. Mohawks just struggling there once they get to about the 35-yard line. they lose possession. And here's the Mohawk pressure that we've been waiting for all game long.
But sadly, it just might be a bit too late in this game for this pressure with this Mountaineer squad.
Still about 6 minutes left with extra time as well.
And Valley Roche has been having just a great game and also great season for this Mountaineers team. Not much of the goal scorer, but does so much on the defensive ends and just on those helping those passing lanes and crosses. Great stuff from Valerie.
We've now touched the 40th minute in the game. The Humber Hawks trying to spoil the senior day game for the Mohawk Mountaineers.
And it seems that it'll be another throw in for the Humber Hawks.
A win here for the Hawks will put them right back into contention for potentially that fourth seed in the OCAA West. They'll be back up to 9 points with a win, putting them in a tie with Conestoga and Fanshawe. Fanshawe obviously has played currently one game more than both those teams.
And the ball will trickle out of bounds again to be a Humber Hawks throw in.
The Mountaineers, after this one, get two tough road matchups. One against the Niagara Knights, who currently sit 3 points ahead of the Mountaineers. And then they get the top seeded Redeemer Royals on the road. I mean, how much of are you really on the road when you're just traveling 20 minutes down to Ancaster? But Redeemer always has a great home crowd. So losing this last, if the Mountaineers can't find a point here, losing your final home game of the season and then leading to two tough road games puts Mohawk in a tough spot if they're trying to earn that home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs.
Not the most ideal situation for this Mountaineer squad, but definitely something that these ladies can most definitely handle. And hopefully they're able to capitalize on a game tying goal in this matchup that would most definitely help them. But it
And
seems that this may be just not their day today, and some re-strategizing might be needed for this Mountaineer squad.
another yellow card handed to Mohawk there. I feel like that one was swayed by the Humber bench. They forced the ref's hand to make that call.
And in situations like this, as a Mountaineer player, you don't want to cost your team in any more cards or possessions. Therefore, with time being under 5 minutes, sometimes it's good to just play your game and just make sure that you're more defensive loaded. And we're seeing some great energy from this Mountaineer squad.
That's in one of those passes in the middle of the field that you gotta find your teammate, but the Mohawk Mountaineers are just passing it too far ahead.
And it seems possibly nervousness could be the result to why the passing is going so far ahead.
We've reached the final minute here. Mohawk's gonna have to put on a miracle like they have in the past.
And Jaden Morgan is in the middle, so this Mountaineer squad would have loved that ball to go to her, but sadly just a bit too wide, and it will be a goal kick. And I wouldn't be surprised if this Humber Hawks team just passes the ball in their backfield. But it seems that they would love for it to go to their forwards and possibly a last chance for this Humber Hawks team.
Offside call there. Yeah, that goal differential really matters right now for the Humber Hawks. When you talk about goal or tiebreaker situations, losing games early on. They're gonna want those tiebreaker situations with the goal differential.
And the Mountaineers desperate to just have another offensive chance.
And we're into extra time now as well, so this is it. If Mohawk wants to tie the game, they need to find that scoring opportunity here.
And the Mountaineers just overshooting all these passes. And it seems that the Humber Hawks are just going to capitalize on those type of mistakes. And the Humber Hawks just kind of kicking the ball out their defensive zone.
Possession remains with the Hawks. See if the official lets the game continue.
And even in situations like this, the Mountaineers shouldn't really want to really hold the ball in any type of parking the bus situations. They most definitely want to get the ball released as quick as possible back into the offensive zone. Truly running out of time. And this could be a last chance for this Mountaineer squad. And great pass by Jada Morgan. This could be the opportunity that the Mountaineer squad needs.
They'll get a corner kick here. This is it. You wish Janelle Lammers was here. She's not. So the Mountaineers have to do it without her.
And
This
this
is
is what
probably your final opportunity.
and this is most definitely one of those situations where you have to have another player step up when it matters. So hopefully the Mountaineers are able to capitalize and tie this game up, but we'll see right now if they are able to do so.
You gotta send everybody in the box if you're Mohawk. Try to stay on side as well. Not a great corner kick, and that might just have been the final opportunity for Mohawk.
And you can most definitely see the confidence leave some of these Mountaineer players once that kick trickled out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for this Humber Hawks team. Beautiful place kick right to its winger. Amazing through pass, but even better defense. And that play will be offside and it will be Mountaineer ball. And it will be Dahan doing the free kick for this Mountaineers team. And you can most definitely see how a veteran keeper just knows these type of situations, what could be best for her team. And possibly having a drop kick could even be a better result for Dahan, getting a little more power onto it. And it just seems that there's just a bit of a back and forth between. And the Humber Hawks will have that last kick right there, and it will be a goal kick for the Mountaineers. But sadly, just the Mountaineers not able to get past half late in this second half. So it's not looking the greatest for them.
And that'll do it. The Mohawk Mountaineers fall to the Humber Hawks 2-1.
The Mountaineers losing this match 2-1 to at a home game. Not the greatest for this Mountaineer squad, but there could be worse results for them. Still having huge playoff hopes. This game was most definitely for that home field advantage position for them, and it's still possible to get, but they are going to have a couple tough matches upcoming.
Yeah, you fall if you're the Mohawk Mountaineers, you now fall to 4-3-1 on the season. Humber improves to 3-5. So it's quite a tough situation Mohawk's in with two tough road games remaining on the season. But right now you've had a good match against Niagara already once this season. You enjoy that cross city rivalry with Redeemer. So there's opportunities. It's gonna be tough on the road, but the Mountaineers still hopes alive for a home field game in round one of the OCAA playoffs. And that'll do it here for us here at Tim Hortons Field. The Mohawk Mountaineers again fall to the Humber Hawks 2-1. We will get set for a men's matchup. The Mohawk Mountaineers taking on the #1 nationally ranked Humber Hawks. See if we'll see a different side of the Mohawk men's team beginning in about 10 to 15 minutes.